Hello, welcome to Learn to Cook. Today we're going to learn how to make a Halloween dessert. Which my family calls Kaltiki. First of all, we want to put on our trusty apron. So let's put on our apron, shall we? And look to see what ingredients we need. Of course, we always get our ingredients together before we even start. You don't need the oven this time. We're just going to cook on the stove. So we've got salt, shortening, flour, milk, sugar, baking powder, blueberries, and water. And then after it's all cooked, we're going to top off the dessert with some vanilla ice cream. Does that sound great and wonderful to you? Well, join me today to learn to cook. All right, we've got 2 cups of flour, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of shortening, and we have 1 cup of milk. Now these ingredients we're going to put in a bowl and we're going to stir them up and get them ready. Make sure it's blended well. That looks good. All right, now let's go see what we do with the blueberries and the water and the sugar. All right, we have 1.5 cups of sugar, 4 cups of blueberries, fresh is preferred, and water. We don't know exactly how much water we need, but we'll go through it. Get a nice, strong, sturdy pot with a nice heavy cover. And what we're going to do, we're going to put a layer of blueberries on the bottom. About half, because it's a big pot. And then we're going to put a layer of sugar. About half. Put the rest of the blueberries. And the rest of the sugar. Can you see how it's starting to look? Then we're going to take the stuff that we made, which are called dumplings actually, and we're going to spoon dumplings all on top of the blueberries. And while it's cooking, I'll tell you the story why it's called Kaltiki. So wait for it, wait for it. So take a good amount, a blob, stick a blob on there, take another blob, put a blob on there. I probably could have used a smaller pot and layered it more up than sideways. But this will be fine. Now it depends on who all has a sweet tooth in your family, because this could feed 4 or a little more. But if you got a real big sweet tooth, you might only do 1 or 2. Okay, you have the dumplings, the sugar, and the blueberries in there. Now we're going to add the water, and we're going to pour it in slowly because we want the water just to barely touch the dumplings. So we want the water on the sugar and the blueberries, and just to come up to the bottoms of your dumplings. All right. Now we're going to put the cover on. And we're going to put it on medium heat. Medium heat, because we don't want to burn it. We want to bring the temperature up slowly to heat up the water, to melt the sugar, and when the heat gets there, then it'll start cooking your dumplings, and that's what you want. So while we're waiting for it to cook, we gotta do the timer for 20 minutes. All right. Now, why is it called Kaltiki? Well, it wasn't always called Kaltiki. It was called blueberry fungi. But when me and my sister were little, every week there was a horror movie on TV, and we always talked Mom into letting us watch it. Well, we saw it the Friday night, and then Saturday we were out all playing. Well, when we came in, Mom was making dinner like she usually does, but she had this mysterious pot cooking on the stove. And she said, don't take the cover off, it has to cook, so just leave it alone. Well, my older sister, because she could reach the oven, the stove, and she was very curious, she took the top off and peeked inside, and she screamed, "Ah, Kaltiki, Kaltiki!" She dropped the cover, banging on the floor. Mom came running over, "Oh no, oh no!" And she put the cover back on. And then I wanted to see it. Kaltiki, I want to see. So I looked at it and said, yes, it looks like Kaltiki. So we told Mom that when we saw the movie the night before, it was something came from outer space and it ate people and it grew. And it looked like it because the blueberries were bubbling and it was going over the dumplings, and it looked like it was eating the dumplings. And so after that, it was always called Kaltiki. I have never found that movie, Kaltiki. I have found one similar, but it's called The Blob. So watch The Blob and then make this dessert and you'll see what I mean. So now we just wait for it to cook. And remember what I said before, while you're waiting for something to cook, you do some cleanup. Always have your dishwater ready so that you can start doing the dishes. So when this is all ready for people to eat, you also have a clean kitchen. Isn't that great? After 20 minutes, the blueberries should be boiling. You want to have a peek? You just had a peek, but only a peek because it has to stay hot. And of course, do it for another 20 minutes. And maybe turn it down just a little bit now that it's boiling. So now we're all excited waiting for it to be done. Are you following along with me? Are you going to cook it for yourself before Halloween and try it yourself? I'm excited for you. Oh, it looks terrific. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. That is just gorgeous. It's not gonna all fit. Oh, that is gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Look at this. And then you take a little vanilla ice cream and you put it on that hot dessert. Look at that, it starts to melt. Doesn't that look great? Doesn't that look wonderful? I hope you followed along with me while I was doing this, or maybe you've got it in your mind to make it eventually, before Halloween. I get to eat it now, don't I? And don't you think for a minute that I'm going to eat all this. There's a family knowing I'm making this tonight, and they're looking forward to me delivering this to them tonight. Oh, that is so good. You must try it. Try it, you like it.